everyone! Alright, so welcome to 34 weeks. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe that I'm 34 weeks. We are 3 weeks away till I'm full term. Wow. That is amazing. The time, like I've been saying, has just been going by so fast. You know, I've heard before that people say when you get to the end that the time crawls, and so far that has not happened. The time is literally going by like the speed of light. It's just, I cannot believe how fast it's going by. We're already 34 weeks. It's just amazing, incredible, holy crap. So I'm going to jump right in and really try to make this a short video. I have my notes here, so let's just go right in. The baby's size this week, he is starting off as the size of a butternut squash, and by the end of the week he's going to be the size of a coconut. And again, I mean, I can say how amazed I am with how big that is. I say it every week, but it's completely true. He's so big. I think he's 5 pounds now, or he's close to 5 pounds now. It's just, I can't believe that that is inside me right now. You know, and his movements are definitely feeling like he's getting bigger as well. His movements, you know, my belly is going all over the place when he's moving now. And he's moving all the time, and I notice his patterns. You know, he is up and raring to go. His most active that he is all day at 11 o'clock at night, right when I'm ready to go to bed. And I've said that in a previous video, but it's still the same. And it's just, it's so, I don't even know what the word is. Precious, I guess, but that's just such a minuscule word to describe how I feel about what's going on. He's getting so big and so strong, and I feel him so big and so strong, and it's amazing. So, wow. As far as my cravings for this week, I am craving watermelon like mad. And water, actually. So I'm probably not drinking enough water, and that's why I'm craving the water and the watermelon. So I've been trying to drink more, but it's been warm here, so that's probably why. I need a little bit more because it's hotter. As far as my symptoms are concerned, my heartburn was getting worse since I made my video last week, and I had a doctor's appointment just this past Tuesday, and I mentioned it to her. She prescribed me Zantac a long time ago, and I was taking it before breakfast and before supper, but what was happening is through the night, the pill that I had taken before supper just wasn't enough to carry me through the night, so I was up a lot during the night with just indigestion and heartburn, and it was kind of making me feel sick. So I told her that. She prescribed me something a bit stronger that I take once a day, and the pharmacist, when I went to go pick up the medication, told me that you know, I take it before breakfast. But if I'm noticing that still through the night that I'm having heartburn, that I can take my old prescription, the Zantac. I forget what the new prescription's called, but anyways, I can take the Zantac before bed. So that's really good. But I haven't had to. The new prescription seems to be working fine. Also, I've elevated the head of our bed. So those two things combined seem to be helping me, you know, a lot. And I haven't been up since Tuesday with heartburn during the night. So that's really great. I've been having a lot of pressure down below. A lot of pressure. And it's not even like pressure on my bladder. It's not even really that, although there is that. And sometimes I think that I really am going to pee myself, and maybe I should be wearing something to protect against that. But it's not even that. It's just I feel just like he's heavy and weighing heavily down really low. So I'm not sure what that means exactly. I'm sure it's very common in you know, later in pregnancy. I'm not sure if it's common around where I am, as far along as I am, but yeah, I definitely feel lots of pressure. And also, because we've been going to our prenatal classes, which I'll let you know what happened in our last prenatal class in just a second. But before we went, I was really excited to go because I thought that, you know, the prenatal classes would be giving me peace of mind and reassurance and just comforting me so that at least I, you know, have a little bit of an awareness of what to expect, you know, when I go into labor and things like that. So I was excited for that reason, because to me, usually more information is better in all regards. When I was trying to conceive, the more information that I got, just the better I felt, the more reassured I felt, and so I just figured it would be the same. It is the exact opposite. Since going to my prenatal classes, my anxiety about delivery and birth in general, and even afterwards taking care of him, has gone up exponentially. I am very anxious and nervous about delivery. I'm not really worried about anything specific. I'm not too worried about pain, although I am a little. But it's just everything about delivery. Everything that goes around it, I'm nervous about. Yeah. So that's great that it's doing that my prenatal classes are doing the opposite of what I figured they would do. But yes, I'm very anxious. And I'm just trying to remain calm and understand that what is the point of being anxious and worrying about things, really? Because there's nothing I can do to stop what is going to happen. I am going to deliver, whether it is vaginally or whether it's by C-section, whether it's naturally or whether I go and have medication. It doesn't matter how it happens, it is going to happen. And I'm trying to just logically tell myself, worrying does nothing. It only makes things worse. And most of the time I can calm myself down just by telling myself that, but with all these hormones and whatnot that are raging through me, it is hard to calm myself down all the time. And so I'm, you know, telling my husband how I'm feeling, and he's been really great to, you know, be reassuring and comforting me, so I'm really thankful that he's been so great, you know, through all of this. He's just taken my hormonal whatevers and just gone with it, so I'm very thankful that he's been so great. But yes, I'm nervous about delivery. Eek. Yep. So about that, kind of going into that, my second prenatal class, I didn't like it as much as I liked the first class. The first class was more, you know, information-based and, you know, letting me know, like, different stages of labor and just technically what I can expect. Where this class was actually, you know, breathing techniques, relaxation techniques. She actually had us lying down on the floor, and we did a simulated contraction where, you know, she would tell us how to breathe, and, you know, my husband was squeezing my hand, you know, harder and harder and harder, and then releasing, and to simulate a contraction, which obviously is not anything like a real contraction, but, you know, it gives you kind of an idea of how to breathe through. And it actually, I liked that activity that we did because it made me realize that if I am focusing on breathing, that contraction can go by a lot faster. Because I know, like, if you're looking at a clock and, you know, you're counting down seconds or whatever, it can just seem like forever. But she did a simulated contraction for, I think she did it for 60 seconds or 90 seconds, I can't remember now. But it went by really fast. Now granted, it's not going to be just Jason squeezing my hand and that's what a contraction is. It's going to be a lot more intense and more painful than that. But I totally see the benefits of if you focus on breathing and not focus on, you know, what's going on in your uterus, then it can be a lot easier to manage. So I'm really hoping that I can take those practices that she explained to us and use them. Probably not going to use the exact breathing techniques that she explain to us the panting and things like that, just because it wasn't comfortable for me. But whatever breathing technique that I find comfortable, I think will help me with dealing with contractions. So that was really great and a good thing that came out of that class. The other thing, she was also, the lady that instructed this class was a lactation consultant. So we went over, you know, breastfeeding, just very basic, you know, things, but everything that she said was already sort of, it seemed just common sense to me and things that I already knew, so I didn't really gain too much out of that, unfortunately, because I really want to breastfeed and was really hoping that that section of the class I would get a lot out of it. But it was all just basics that she went over, so, but yeah, those I believe were the, yes, those were the two things that we went over in the class. Yeah, that was it. That's all that we went over. And that was our prenatal class for that week. Next week we're going to be going over interventions, the different medications that can be used and the different things that might happen during your labor, things that you might have to deal with, you know, if you have to have a C-section and if you want an epidural and forceps and vacuum and all of those things we're going to go over next week, plus how to bond with your baby, different ways to bond with the baby when he's just born, and also car seat safety and installation and all that, so that's really great. So I'm excited for next week because again it's more information based rather than practical based. After the prenatal class that we just had, excuse me, it was on Wednesday, excuse me, I was like super anxious about delivery and stuff, and so I'll be excited to get more back to information rather than practical stuff in our prenatal classes. But yeah, so all in all, I mean, I'm really glad that we're going to these classes, but yeah, they are making me anxious, and because it's gonna happen really soon. Like he's coming soon. The time is gonna go by like that. So, but anyways, that is it for this week. I think this was a quicker video. I'm not sure. We'll have to see when I go to edit it. But we'll cut right there and let's go take a look at the belly. Alright, so before I show you week 34's belly, holy crap, I forgot again to tell you the weight when I was in the other room doing the video. My weight actually stayed the exact same this week. I'm 151.8, so I'm still 0.2 away from gaining 30 pounds in this pregnancy. So I think that that's pretty good. So far, I don't really know. I'm trying not to get too freaked out about the weight gain anymore. It bothered me there for a little bit, but I think I'm over it for the most part, because I realize that it's just going to come right off after he's here. But yeah, so 0.2 away from 30 pounds, 151.8. That's pretty good. Alright, so week 34's belly. Oh my god. What do you guys think? I had a lady tell me that she thought that I was really low at the post office because people like to talk to me now that that I'm pregnant. Always have to bring it up and whatnot, but which I don't mind. I like it, don't get me wrong, but it's just amazing how many people, random strangers, will talk to you when you're pregnant. Anyway, this is the belly. Belly, belly. Huge. But yeah, do you guys think that I look low? Let me know what you think about that. I think I look enormous. Yeah. I was looking at older videos myself, you know, and I remember I was concerned when I first got pregnant that my belly wasn't like super flat, and I was like, oh, I'm not gonna have a cute belly because I don't have a super flat belly starting out, which is ridiculous. And I went back and I was looking and I'm like, oh my god, Amy, you were super skinny. But the things that you think of. Anyways, that's it for week 34. Oh my goodness. Next week is week 35. I cannot believe that. Wow. Anyways, I hope you all have a really great week, as always. I love you all. Thank you to all my new subscribers for subscribing and watching. I really appreciate it. And I will see you all next week for week 35. All right, bye.